The Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Gladys Shollei, is a woman under siege and is currently in the radar of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. So this is the current report regarding the scandal that involves 2.1 billion Kenyan shillings that Gladys Shollei has been mentioned in it. And this is the real gist. So the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has initiated a prosecution of 47 public officials accused of engaging in graft, adding up to 2.1 billion Kenyan shillings. Crazy. So according to the EACC, is that they have filed a report, or they have forwarded files to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, and who are expected to make decisions on the way forward. So among those who have been mentioned in this graft is one Gladys Shollei, and it is being alleged that Shollei is facing charges of alleged graft during a tenure as the Judiciary Chief Registrar. So Shollei is being accused of the irregular purchase of the Chief Justice residence that cost 310 million Kenyan shillings in 2013, and up to today the house remains unoccupied to date. Also, Shollei is being accused of abuse of office and lack of project planning. Also implicated in this graft is former Wajir Governor Mohamed Mahmoud, who is also facing charges regarding tender irregularities totaling up to 1.2 billion Kenyan shillings. So here is the story of Gladys Shollei, a very vocal woman who has been everywhere. We all remember Gladys Shollei during the elections 2022, the bombers of Kenya saga, all those videos. I don't know if you remember these. So there was so a lot, and there has been discussion around Gladys Shollei as somebody who is so close to President William Ruto and is a person who has a voice in this government. So we are talking about 310 million Kenyan shillings that Shollei and others sat down, decided that we are going to purchase Chief Justice residence that is going to cost this amount of money, and up to today the residence is unoccupied. Like, what is really happening in this country? And this reminds me of the campaign that has lately been fronted by this lawyer Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi, and just that day he was telling President William Ruto, it is time for you to declare corruption as a national disaster, because we are at a point whereby this country is going to the dogs because of corruption. Like, literally speaking, each and every government office, any service that you want from any government office, utasikia toa kitu. Hata siku hizi si toa kitu kidogo, toa kitu kikubwa. Be it ID, be it birth certificate, any service that you want from the government is all about money and money and money. Recently, there has been cases of, remember during the Gachagwa's saga, there were claims that each MP were given 5 million Kenyan shillings as a bribe to vote yes to that impeachment motion. 5 million Kenyan shillings each MP. That is a lot, and that is just for bribing and all that. Wow, but I don't even know what to say. I think Kenyans, we are at a point that I don't know if we will one day wake up, close everything down, scream, and I don't know. Cases of corruption is here and there. Those who have, look at our roads nowadays. Look at our roads. The traffic police officers, we are experiencing this. I am seeing this happening every time I travel using a public means. Traffic police wanasimama, wanachukua their 100 shillings na matatu inasonga mbele. Like, it is now that is a must, that the traffic police officers are not because to do their thing, but to collect bribes. Like, it is now that normal. It has been normalized. And here we are talking about 1.2 billion Kenyan shillings in a country like ours. Like, I think now that the EACC, I want to believe that the EACC and the ODPP are not going to sleep on this case. They are going to follow this to the end. This should serve as a good example to all these people who are misusing public money, all those people who are making public office their home kitchen. They can cook anything and everything they wished to. Because at this point, we cannot keep on having stories of 2.1 billion Kenyan shillings, 310 million Kenyan shillings. Today there is a country that has so far spent 500 million Kenyan shillings on a stadium that is not yet complete. Corruption and money, like, this really need to be stopped. And I hope this case is going to be one of those cases that is going to determine a lot going forward as far as corruption in this country is concerned. These leaders have normalized corruption like it is their daily dose, like they should do it. Like, now any leader who is not involving himself in corruption is like, is out, is abnormal. Like, the same, it is normal to participate in corruption activities. That is the place where our country is. We really this really need to stop. This really need to stop. The president needs to act. And these institutions that are there to handle such matters should do so. We have EACC, we have ODPP. We have so many cases, and here is the reasons Kenya are saying that the 2027 we should elect a person who is going to look back and talk back all those properties and monies that have been stolen, all those public money and properties that have been stolen. They should be taken back, and the Kenyan people should own it. And this is the reasons Kenya is saying that we want that president who is going to jail these people. Remember when Morara Kibaso said that if he is elected president, he will, in the first year, deal with corruption. We want a president who is going to do so. And I think I'm here to support that idea. That in 2027, for any person whom we are going to elect in that top seat, first thing first, deal with corruption. I think at this point, at this moment, corruption is a national disaster, and we cannot move forward with this. Regardless, we might want to have everything in place, but with corruption, it's going to hinder a lot of things from happening. So I'm going to support a candidate who is going, or who is really into fighting corruption in our country, Kenya. And I hope so that this case is going to be a good example moving forward. Because we must end this. Somebody has to be prosecuted. There are people who need to be jailed. There are people who should be in prison. You cannot steal 310 million Kenyan shillings just like that because you are a governor, because you are a public officer, because you are so close to the president. This should not happen. We should not entertain this further. It is a national disaster, yes, but we must start dealing with these cases of corruption, because you cannot move forward. Even if you want to have to do what, we cannot move forward with this. There has been instances whereby we are being told that we have people who want industrialists who want to invest in Kenya, but the middlemen are asking a lot. They're asking a lot of bribe to have foreigners establishing industries in our country, or building industry in our country. So this is a good example of a case that the ODPP should follow this. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, you are being paid to do what? For all these years, there have been so many cases, but it's like you are just there. You really need to wake up. You cannot earn a salary when you are not working. EACC and ODPP kazi kwenyu. Kenyans are watching you. Kenyans want to see you do your job diligently, just like how Kenyans are doing their jobs. So for Gladys, boss Shollei, and the rest, because I'm seeing that these people, they also involve their families in this, in stealing. Like you steal and involve your aunt, your uncle, your children, your relatives. So the EACC is saying that it is going after even their relatives and friends. And this is a good thing. We want to see happening. In this case, we are backing EACC to do something, because at some point we must end corruption. Even if it is not 100%, but we must do something. Something needs to be done. Because as we speak right now, corruption is a national disaster in this country. That is it for me for today. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live.